Let's see what we got. So we read the text file in. It starts here, and I throw in xinterpret.draw.io. Let's look at that file, out.0.xml, and it's this big mess of XML, or GraphML actually, saved by Draw.io. You'll see most of this stuff is geometry stuff that's not needed. Lots of style stuff. A lot of it's not needed. We need to know if things are edges and yeses and nos and that sort of stuff. Let's look at the second file, out.1.json, and I'll indent for Legion. There we go. And what we're seeing is basically every diagram on this tab, every diagram in the xinterpret file. Let's open that for laughs. Where is it? Open xinterpret.draw.io. There it is, there. Okay, there's one diagram. There's one diagram, and it's called D-tree. Yep, the tab is called D-tree, and the ID I've assigned to is D2. The tab that, the ID that Draw.io assigned to it was this glop of stuff that only computers can love. I map that to this, and then on this diagram there's a bunch of cells. We go up to the top and we get, let's see, can I relate this cell to something on the diagram? C3 Draw.io's, oh, here's an edge. I'll skip over that for the moment, and we'll just go look at this. So there's an edge here, and then a branch label with true. And its parent is the ZTV blah, blah, blah. And the ID for this is ZTV blah, blah, blah. So this branch label relates to that cell, and that cell is an edge, and its branch type is true. Yeah, there we go, edge, true. And then we go through and we'll find more of that sort of stuff. Let's see if I can find, let's see, what's it, found immediate? Let's look for that. Found. There, yes. Found immediate with a bunch of div stuff inside of it, which we'll be getting rid of later, and it's a rhombus, which is true. Its parent is the parent diagram 1. It's got a horrible Draw.io inspired ID, and there's the ID map to it. Let's look at the map. There it is. That one. So it says C24 is related to this string, and I guess if we go back and look at that string, we'll see that. You can save that, and then we can go to out.2. Wait for my Mac to do something. We'll go to here now. That's where we're going. It's again, could use indentation. Legion, there we go. And it should have, what does this one do? Oh, this one parses it. No, we've already done that. So we got rid of a whole pile of the GraphML stuff and turned it into JSON, and this thing does some sort of, cleanup. Okay, there's extra commas and stuff that it's getting rid of. Let's see if I can find that. My machine is very unresponsive today. We'll wait for it to start responding again. There we go. .1.json. Oh, there's an extra comma on this edge called C5. So let's find C5, and the comma's gone. So it's that sort of stuff that we're getting rid of, these extra commas. It was a lot easier to emit these fields with commas after every field. That's straightforward. But JSON doesn't allow that. So I had to write a little shell script that went, or JQ, what did I do? Well, clean up. Oh, it's a T2, T2T. Okay, so I wrote a little T2T script that looked for commas in specific places. We'll look at that later. Well, let's see if I can find a cleanup. If I cleanup dot home. Okay, so it's looking for these particular patterns. It's looking for a comma, new line, brace, comma, brace, or brace, comma, bracket. And every one of those, it's rewriting to clean up the RWR there. And that's how it's rewriting them. So if it gets a comma brace, it basically doesn't care what the match was, and it replaces it by a new line brace. So it took the comma out and just replaced with new line brace. And we're waiting for Tahoe to let me get my mouse back again. There we go. Let's look at this one. Matches, and it gets replaced by that. It just took the comma out. This isn't a really big deal. Let's look at 3.json. Out.3.json. That's interesting. Oh, it's probably, this was done with JQ. That's probably why it's already indented. Right. And C5 is here. What's going on here? Oh, we dropped, yes, we dropped C6. Let's go back to L.1. Yeah, there is C6. And it's a branch label of type true. And we folded it here. Where's the C5? Ah, there. So it decided to fold it into a true edge. And that, I think, was a piece of, bad. Well, let's look at that. Process JSON. What is it? JQ bad? JQ.bash there. So it's a horrific piece of JQ that did that folding. It found all the C6 type things, folded into the C5 type things, and so on. I'm not going to explain it any further, probably because I can't right now. Then we have this horrific piece of JQ in 5.json. And what's going on here? We've got a C5 true edge. We've been dropping. Where's the C5? Where is it? We dropped the draw.io. The source and the target still have these horrible names in them. And the actual ID for this guy is the nice short one without leaving in the this draw.io. There we go again. There's Tahoe doing its thing. Let's see. Let's compare those two. There. So we see ID C5, parent 1. The draw.io is gone. Source, target,,, . Oh, out.3. I wanted out.1, thank you. C5, the draw IO is gone, parent source thing edge. And we've gone and folded this edge information into C5 and turned it into a true edge and gotten rid of a pile of stuff. And translate. Oh, right. Translate is going to take these. So if we put, we'll put out.6.json in here. Supposedly, we go down with C5. There's the C5, and there's the C5. And what do we got? Oh, so it's reduced these two horrible IDs to smaller IDs according to the map. And the map is still here at the bottom of the whole thing if you want to look at it. And then we had 7.dt comes out. So we'll go to here, go to 7.dt. No, out.7, out.7.dt.